Well, hi everyone. I'm John Ritland, and this is my review of WWE NXT for February 26, 2020. This show wasn't very good. It wasn't that it was bad, it just felt very flat to me. This has been a recurring trend for NXT. While they have all the talent in the world, just something about the weekly NXT since they've gone to USA, the steam has kind of left it. And I don't know if it's because they're between takeovers right now, because they're just coming off of TakeOver Portland, which was a really good takeover in some people's eyes, and in my opinion was a good takeover, not a great takeover, but, I digress. That's for another day. You can check out my review if you want. But just something about the last 2 weeks, in particular last week's episode, it had some good moments. This one was just kind of there. So I'm going to explain why, but I would love to know what you guys have to say in the comments. We have Charlotte arriving. Regal greets her, and she's going to face Bianca later. Dominik Dijakovic versus Cameron Grimes. Not a bad match. Strengthened Dijakovic with some pretty good power moves, some nice strikes, some really good work by Cameron as he grimes down on Dijakovic. That was a terrible pun. I'm very, very sorry. We then get a really nice, back and forth strike fest. We had a huge clothesline for Dijakovic. That delayed German suplex that Grimes does was really, really impressive. And then a moonsault, variation off the ropes to the outside. Dijakovic hurts his knee, gets back up on the apron, and suddenly a wild Damian Priest appears with a police nightstick, the club, bashes him right in the knee. Dijakovic gets right back in, well, just before the count of 10, but then suddenly cave in, double stomp, 1, 2, 3. Cameron Grimes wins. And Priest is upset because he was left out of the North American Championship picture and wants back in. Okay, cool. And Grimes gets a quality win, and it wasn't bad. It was sadly probably the best match of the night, which isn't saying much of anything because the matches were just kind of there. So we get Regal announcing that there will be a series of qualifying matches with the women, and the winners of those qualifying matches will go on to a number one contenders ladder match to determine who will face Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship. Obviously, she's defending against Charlotte, but oh no, are we going to possibly get, are we going to get somebody slotted into that? Maybe. Have Bianca win it and have Bianca go into the match. Because I sure as fuck would love to see that at it, but we'll see. I don't know what they're going to do yet, but it wouldn't hurt. It really wouldn't hurt, especially after what they did tonight. Finn then, starts talking about all his accolades and everything. And he says, when the bell rings, I am the guy. Not an internet guy, not a politic guy, all that. Goes over his accolades. Setting fire to Japan, setting fire to Mexico, setting Finn. You're not like, you're not like Rollins. You don't have to burn it down. It's actually just him doing a whole bunch of good stuff in those respective territories, countries. And he's been Universal Champion, Intercontinental Champion, NXT Champion. He's done a lot of shit. And then suddenly, Eichner and Bartel of Imperium, come down and talk to him a little bit, and then they start to attack. Well, Finn attacks them first, but then the numbers game takes over. So, are we going to get Finn versus Walter for the NXT UK Championship at TakeOver Tampa Bay? Are we going to get that, or are they going to hold off until Dublin? They could hold off until Dublin. That would actually be kind of cool, but it'd be a good way to get Finn to be part of the UK brand to give them any kind of boost, because let's be honest, the UK brand does need a boost, despite the talents that they do have there. So then we have an Austin Theory package talking about how he can go all day, phrasing. And a weird video package about chaos and weird time stuff. It's Killer Cross. It's Killer Cross. If it's not Killer Cross, I don't know who the hell it is. We think it's Xia Li versus Mia Yim. It wasn't bad. There were some good kicks and stuff like that. I like Xia Li's look. I think she has a bright future. Mia Yim, I think, is just kind of there as a mid-carder. Eat Defeat. Looks like Mia Yim's going to get the victory. Suddenly, Dakota Kai's music hits, and she's there with Raquel Gonzalez, the former Reina Gonzalez. As some people have called her taller Sonya Deville. Some people on my timeline have said that. So we get that. We get her. We get Raquel attacking both of them. Specifically Mia, but does attack Xia as well. It wasn't bad. And Dakota did say, earlier, whoa, remember when I took your spot at War Games? Well, that was really fun, so let's revisit stuff like that. And okay, we're getting Dakota playing a heel. All right, I'm all for that. She's kind of really sinking her teeth into this heel role. She obviously has been a heel for a few months, but her sinking her teeth into this is pretty damn nice. We then get Velveteen Dream with a pearl necklace, and he's going to give a bigger one to Marina. Marina Shafir. Phrasing, I know. But, continuing the whole Roderick Strong feud. He wants to face off. By the way, Dream was wearing that weird hat and a pearl necklace. That's why I said that, in case you didn't watch this and you're wondering what the hell is he talking about. I wonder that every day. He wants a cage match with Roderick Strong next week, which means we would get 2 cage matches because Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox are going to be in a cage match. 2 cage matches is overkill. Even when they did ladder matches, 1 ladder match each week, leading up to War Games, that was overkill. Boy, NXT is really becoming a goddamn hotshot territory. I wonder who said that. I'm not saying I'm brilliant. I'm just saying I kind of noticed this, and it's what I kind of feared, but it is what it is. Austin Theory versus Tommaso Ciampa, not a bad match. Austin wanted revenge after Ciampa had attacked him the week before because Austin Theory wanted to have his match, and Ciampa said, not right now, and then beats him up and throws him in the guardrails. So this match was much more competitive. Theory with some good groundwork after Ciampa had done an attack early. And he tried a rolling thunder maneuver and then a knee strike from Ciampa. That was a brilliant maneuver. That was really well done. Atakia, I believe is what it is. Kind of like a weird neck breaker variation. Almost a Ushigoroshi variation. And I believe I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I do apologize. And then Fairy Tale Ending got countered. And then Theory kept throwing him in the guardrails. And then he had Willow's Bell and the Fairy Tale Ending for 3. Theory had a good showing. I don't necessarily get the hype around Theory. I would love to know some matches that I need to see. Leave some links in the comments. He definitely has talent, and for being only 22, you can tell he is going to be very, very good. But, I'll see how he impressed me here with some of his stuff. He's clearly a great athlete. And him and Ciampa had a decent match. And then suddenly Gargano shows up in a powder blue jacket. I don't know why. It was straight out of the 70s. Him and Ciampa have a bit of back and forth. Theory gets involved. Ciampa clocks him. Super kick. And then another kick, while Ciampa's on his knees. Gargano beats him up. And okay, we're going to get a loser leaves NXT match at Tampa Bay. Because if we don't separate these guys, the year is going to be 2055. The world has ended. Half the population is either zombified or in hiding. And Ciampa versus Gargano is still happening. Like, I don't know. It was fine. We then get an Undisputed Era promo. They talk about, wanting to regain all the gold. Roderick Strong to beat Velveteen Dream and then get back North American Championship from Keith Lee. And then Fish and O'Reilly to beat up and beat Riddle, and Pete Dunne. Broserweights don't give the Undisputed Era all the gold. At this point, just call them up after something. Call them to, like, Raw. They've done everything they can in NXT. There isn't anything more they can do. I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to hold them until TakeOver Boston? Because that's really about all you can do. It would be the 3rd year of them, making their debut. At least, 3 of them. I guess that would be fine, but they got to be moved out of NXT soon. Raw or SmackDown, but preferably Raw. Bronson Reed versus Killian Dane. 2 big hosses fighting each other. There were some nice moves, a nice double splash spot there, where they just collided with each other. There was some good power stuff, a diving DDT and a DVD for 2 from Bronson Reed. But then soon after, there's a big old superplex, 3 sentons, Vader Bomb, 1, 2, 3. I'm not necessarily feeling Killian Dane in NXT. I don't think they know what to do with him, and I think he's just getting to where he's gaining some wins, and that's going to be all he does. No meaningful feuds, because he never wins any meaningful feuds, or at least none that I can think of. And then we get the Forgotten Sons versus the Grizzled Young Veterans. Okay, firstly, Grizzled Young Veterans knocked America. So, not knock America, but then you have the Forgotten Sons talking about the word veterans that only apply to people in the military. I am not here to knock the military. I would never do such a thing. Because honestly, the military, the men and women in all branches of the military fight so hard for our freedom. So, that's not going to be any crux of any kind of rant. I've met many people and know many people that have served in the military and continue to serve. But the Forgotten Sons saying that, which is just totally nuking the whole term that has been used in wrestling for years, veterans of wrestling. That is the whole idea of it. They're trying to turn the Forgotten Sons babyface and make them the American patriots. Like Jackson Riker, who put up pro-Trump stuff and everything, but I digress. American patriots. That's a great thing to do. That's going to divide the fucking audience. I mean, I know the politics have been involved in wrestling for a while, not just backstage, but in general. I mean, they've used, wars and stuff like that and everything, and they've used overarching stuff forever. I'm not saying that it's necessarily the worst thing in the world, but you're trying to turn a really bland team, the Forgotten Sons, that are not very good, into baby faces when they're not believable. And oh yeah, you got the fucking leader that never wrestles, by the way, probably because Riker really can't wrestle. He's retweeting Trump. It just, I only had an issue with it because Forgotten Sons, whether they're good in the ring or not, it's a dead end gimmick. They're not any good. Beth seemed incredibly uncomfortable calling them American Patriots, and I was on Nigel's side here because at least Gibson and Drake are good, and Gibson and Drake thankfully won with Ticket to Mayhem. This is stupid. This is stupid to try to make the Forgotten Sons baby faces. They aren't very good baby faces or good heels. They're not any good. It's a terrible gimmick. And then the whole political side of it. Just fucking hell. Yes, I know who runs WWE and who he's friends with. But seriously, it's fucking dumb. Anyway, we get Damian Priest walking with two women, and he says he wants Keith Lee. Okay, cool. And then we got Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair. You don't go here. Welcome home chants, dueling chants, stuff like that. That was pretty good. This match was not good because I don't know if the timing was off or what, but I don't know if Charlotte was sandbagging her. I don't know what the deal was, but it wasn't very good. I mean, Bianca was made to look incredibly weak. She didn't really get a ton of offense in anything she did. It almost seemed like Charlotte was no-selling the stuff. She was kind of... I know that Charlotte's facing Rhea, and I totally get why they're going this route, but it just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. And Bianca, after that incredible performance at the Royal Rumble, getting beat by Rhea at TakeOver Portland, which I expected would happen anyway, and then just basically getting shoved to the side after that, have Bianca win the match, the ladder match, and then slaughter into the match of Mania. And then have Bianca pin Charlotte. Yeah, it might be better to do it as a one-on-one match, but you know what? You've hot-shotted shit before. Why not? I mean, they've had Bianca eat loss after loss. It was a spear that was decent and an incredibly weak natural selection to pin her. And then, here's the kicker at the end, and then I'll close this review. You got Bianca is getting targeted with a chair. Rhea's music hits just as Charlotte puts the chair on Bianca's ankle. Rhea does her whole entrance while Charlotte steps on the chair to hurt the ankle and then does figure four. And then Rhea decides to run down. I mean, look, and I know Rhea was told what to do. I'm not knocking Rhea. That was poorly paced, it was poorly done, and it brought down the show. Like, I'm not going to lie to you, this brought down the show. It made Bianca look incredibly weak. And I get it, Charlotte's facing Rhea. You want to have Charlotte look strong, but, like, a DQ finish would have hurt Charlotte at all. Like, really. Honestly. Like, we know that Charlotte is great and that she's their golden girl. And I don't mean age-wise. But I don't know. This episode, I just wasn't feeling it. C. It gets a C. That's my opinion. Maybe a poll up there. If I don't put one, let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.